Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Riverview Health Stadium on the campus of Westfield High School in Westfield, Indiana. Hamilton County Television proudly presents Friday Night Football tonight. The matchup is the Westfield Shamrocks and the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. We'd like to give a special thanks to all of our hometown sponsors. Those include First Saturday Movie Events at Ivy Tech, sponsored by Wofford Theater, Erica's, Ivy Tech, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Mark Hairbrand, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and Indiana Restoration. My name is Brad Silbert. Sitting immediately to my left is Jack Russell. Jack, this is going to be quite a matchup tonight.
Yes, it is. It's going to be quite a matchup. Last week, great wins for both programs, and now heading into this, it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
As I was looking at the teams here, let's talk first about the Westfield Shamrocks. If you look at the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, they have scored more points than any other team in the conference except Zionsville with 141 points. They have only given up 32 points through 4 games, 8 points a game. I think that if you look at it, that's got to be one of the secrets to their success. That defense has been tenacious.
Absolutely. The last 3 games, you had Southport 0 points, Zionsville 8, and Noblesville 7. So an incredible job by the Westfield defense. It's going to be a big factor tonight here at Riverview Health Stadium.
What's the health report on the Shamrocks? Everybody looking good tonight?
Everybody's looking good. Last week we had Andy Sweet was out, who's the quarterback. Nance did a great job last week against Noblesville, especially in the second half. His first throw last week was an interception, so you were a little unsure how that was going to start out. He picked it up. He did a great job, and they won the 28-7 win. So that's the only injury that we were concerned about this week, but Sweet said he's ready to go, and everything seems to be ready to go for the Shamrocks.
The Shamrocks are 4-0 overall, 2-0 in the conference, and definitely in the driver's seat in the conference. There is one other team in the conference that's undefeated, that being the Brownsburg Bulldogs, and they are playing over at Fishers tonight, and that ought to be one heck of a good game. The last game we saw here at Westfield a couple of weeks ago, we saw the Shamrocks just absolutely annihilate the Zionsville Eagles 48-8.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see it'll be interesting tonight. Hamilton Southeastern came off a big win last week, crosstown rivalry, but at the same time, Westfield had that same thing. They had Noblesville last week, big rivalry. They decided that 28-7 win. It's going to be interesting tonight to see how the defenses can respond to a strong running game for Westfield, and of course a pretty much overall great offense for Hamilton Southeastern.
Jack, when we were together a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the conference in saying that as in the past, we've seen some seasons run the conference undefeated. Last year, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals did it. Even with 2 teams right now, with Westfield and Brownsburg, one of those teams is going to get beat eventually, and nothing against either of those teams, but I would still be very surprised if we see the conference leader undefeated this year. Yeah,
absolutely. You look at the schedule on the Westfield side, at Brownsburg next week. So you've got a tough game this week at home, at Brownsburg next week, followed by Avon at home, which is always tough to have, at Fishers on the 7th, and then you finish up the season at Brebeuf. So, like you said, that's not an easy rest of the season for the Westfield Shamrocks.
Well, another thing that I found interesting this week that we can talk about is in looking at the Hoosier Crossroad Conference, looking at the Sagarin ratings. Things have changed. A couple weeks ago, the Royals were on top of the Sagarin ratings. Now the Shamrocks are on top of the Sagarin ratings in the conference. They're ranked number 7 in the state. But as we talked a couple weeks ago, 30 points below is the Zionsville Eagles. 21 points below is the Noblesville Millers. This conference is really, really tight.
Yeah, and that just goes back to exactly what you were saying, which is we have 2 undefeated teams, but teams like Westfield and like Brownsburg, quite a second half of the season that we've got to be ready to see how this goes.
Well, the Royals come in here on a 1-game winning streak in what people could call a squeaker last
I would
week
say, yeah.
at Hamilton Southeastern. And in that game, Jack, I was there. And there was a time when I was wondering if either of those teams wanted to win that game. The Royals came out real hot to begin with, scored early in the game, and then 4 or 5 turnovers. The same thing for Fishers. And that for especially a Fishers team with head coach Rick Wimmer and an HSE team with head coach Scott May. They have always been very defensively minded and always taken care of the ball, and it was just I don't want to call it an exercise in futility, but I can't think of another word for it. There was one pick six on behalf of the Tigers. It was also a fumble return for 6, for the Royals. So if it could happen in that game last week, it happened. The kicking game made a big difference too in that. The Royals this week come in pretty healthy. The biggest scare the Royals had this week was Jackson Sweeney. Jackson went out early in the third quarter of the game last Friday night, and their immediate concern was the possibility that he may have a spleen injury. I talked to some of the Hamilton Southeastern training staff on Monday. He was totally examined, no spleen damage, everything is back to normal, so it should be all systems go for Jackson Sweeney. Let's talk about the rest of the Royals.
Yeah, I think you look at, we had the coaches show on Monday, and one of the things that the Hamilton Southeastern Royals defensive coordinator talked about was how to make this team one-dimensional in the passing situation. We know that with Swidan and Freilich, they're going to run the ball. If you can make Westfield have to get back and throw the ball, that's going to be a big factor, and that's what the Royals are going to shoot for from a defensive side, is make Sweet step back in the pocket and throw the ball. That's a big factor for the Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
Well, it's really, in comparing the two teams, there is a stark difference in both of them. Running yards, rushing yards, the Royals are at about 150, where the Shamrocks are between probably about 250. Passing yards, the Royals are about 250, Shamrocks probably around 100 yards. But when you get to the totals, if you get the total yardage, the Shamrocks are just a little bit above 375, where the Royals are just a little bit below it. So they are, while you could call it overall a fairly good match, it's obvious that the Royals have the edge when it comes to passing, and the Shamrocks are going to have the edge when it comes to rushing.
Yeah, and I think that's what's going to make this game fun, is to be able to see two different offenses who produce about the same amount of yards, but they do it in such different ways. And I think that that's something that's going to be interesting as we get through this game tonight.
The Hamilton County Reporter, in the headline of the paper the other day, I got a kick out of Don Jellison's article.
Yep.
Royals and Rocks go to war. Well, you could say that, Jack. You can say that week in and week out about this conference.
Oh yeah, I mean, that headline last week could have been Royals and Tigers go to war, Noblesville, Millers and Shamrocks go to war. This is one of the hardest conferences in the state of Indiana, and that's what makes this fun, being able to put the headset on and call these games.
Well, I think it's I totally agree with you that I think it's and of course I'm a little biased. I've been around the Hamilton County area for 30 plus years, and I do believe that the Hoosier Crossroad Conference is not only in football but up and down all the sports. It's just it's just an excellent conference, and with the Lafayette schools having left the conference a couple years ago, it has really made it a lot more competitive too.
Oh, absolutely. Someone like Brownsburg, someone like Avon, bring it from a football standpoint. Those are some pretty impressive schools, along with obviously some of the Hamilton County schools, and that's what just makes this fun on a Friday night. There's nothing better.
Well, speaking of the other Hamilton County schools, tonight Avon 2-2 is at Whiteland. They're the only team playing non-conference tonight. Over about 10 miles to our east, the Brownsburg Bulldogs are visiting the Fishers Tigers for a 7 o'clock kickoff. Noblesville is playing a little west of us at Zionsville. There you've got a 1-3 Noblesville team against a 3-1 Zionsville team. That ought to be an interesting matchup. Carmel is down at Lawrence North, and that'll be a good game too. Guerin Catholic, they're entertaining the Rockets from Indianapolis Broad Ripple this week. Northwestern is at Hamilton Heights, another really, really great matchup, and that's a huge rivalry game. And Sheridan at 1-3 is at Eastern up in Greentown. They're also 1-3, and I would say Bud Wright's probably got a pretty good chance of picking up victory number 397 tonight.
I think so, but the last one that you were talking about, that one is going to be a great game up north of us. Northwestern, Hamilton Heights. Not only is it a rivalry, but both teams come in undefeated. You can't beat that. That sounds like a great game up north of here.
Well, you know, the northern part of the county, Hamilton Heights, has always put a good football team on.
Oh, yeah.
You know, my former cohort, Jan Bozier, he had nephews that were quarterbacks up there in, a number of years ago, and one of his nephews ended up at St. Francis, is a quarterback up at St. Francis up in Fort Wayne. Looks like we're just about ready to get under action here, so we'd like to remind you that coming up, Ivy Tech in Noblesville, the movie series is beginning on Saturday, October 1st. That'll be sponsored by Ivy Tech, Wofford Theater, Noblesville Parks, Hamilton County Reporter, New Life Auto Sales, Noblesville Signs and Trophies. And let me start that again. Noblesville Trophies. I need that horn in the back to block me out to cover up all my errors. Sorry about that. Noblesville Trophies and Logan Street Signs and Banners. And coming up October 1st is Zootopia. So remember that. That's going to be at Ivy Tech in the Ivy Tech campus in Noblesville. Jack, we're just about ready for the kickoff. Any last thoughts?
I can tell you right now, I'm very excited to see how this goes. We've had different people tell us different predictions for the game, but until that ball, we did this 2 weeks ago, until that ball's kicked off, you never know what's going to happen.
Well, my prediction is on this game, and I'm not going to predict an outcome, but my prediction is going to be whichever team makes the fewest errors in this game will win this game. If Hamilton Southeastern comes out and starts making errors and turning over the ball like they did last week against the Fishers Tigers, the Shamrocks are just going to bury them.
Oh, I agree.
They're a high-scoring team, an excellent defensive team, so the Royals cannot afford to make any mistakes. Jack, let's turn it over to you for the play-by-play tonight.
So we're getting ready for kickoff here. Number 25, Will Harrison, to kick the ball off for the Shamrocks. And that's going to go into the end zone. Royals ball on the 25-yard line.
That one took one bounce through the end zone. Not quite enough for a field goal, but that was a good kick. And we might add there is a little bit of a wind, a crosswind here. I shouldn't say crosswind, an up and down wind down the field, and it is moving from our right to our left. So that may have aided the Shamrocks in getting that ball into the end zone.
Mullet, the quarterback, looks, hands it off, met by about 4 Shamrocks. That's number 20, Jackson Sweeney.
Looks like they're giving him about a yard there, Jack, but I think the Royals want to come out here and establish the ground game first.
It's a reverse. And he's met again almost in the backfield. That was a reverse to Max Brooks.
Brooks is normally a wide receiver, but takes the other tailback position there. And he lost a couple yards in that, so looks like he's got about a 3rd and 12.
It looks like they're going to give him 3rd and 11, ball on the 19-yard line. Mullet in shotgun. Looks to pass. Looks on the near side. Throws it down the field. Almost intercepted. Intended for number 8, Matt Klink.
Justin Fry with a nice bit of defense there for the Shamrocks.
And that's something that the Royals are going to have to pay attention to. So far this year, 8 interceptions for the Shamrocks. So with the passing game, they're going to have to be careful when they throw into the secondary.
And I think that ball might have been affected a little bit by the wind because it just didn't carry quite as far as what he thought it was because he didn't even get back to the receiver.
Hauser back to return. And here comes the punt. It's a high one. Hauser calls for the fair catch. So here comes the Westfield offense, ran by Andy Sweet, who last week, like we had said, was not in the game. So it'll be interesting to see how his shoulder is this week as the Westfield Shamrocks take the field.
That was about a 40-yard punt with no return. And again, Haben Street got a lot of foot into that, and he got a lot of air into that, a lot of height. And I was just a little bit concerned on that maybe the wind would hold that up, but they still netted about 40 yards on that.
Yeah, great punt there. So here's Sweet in the pistol. Swadan in the backfield. 2 on the near side. Manley on the near side along with Holster. Sweet looks, hands it off to Swadan. Swadan met in the backfield by 3, 4, 5 Royals.
Looks like he lost about a yard on that one. I think that was Max Burris, a big 5'8", 240 defensive lineman from the Royals who got the initial contact there.
So here comes the offense. Sweet in the backfield. Swadan in the running back position. 3 on the near side. Sweet looks on the far side over to Swadan. Swadan gets close to about the 50-yard line. They're going to mark her at the 49.
Looks like Logan Holland ran him out of bounds there, big number 40. Nice gain on the play to give him a makeable third down, a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, ball on the 49-yard line. Sweet in the pistol. Looks for the call on the sideline.
See that both of these teams are using the hurry-up offense this week.
And that's become somewhat of the norm in some of these programs. So he goes under center now. Looks, hands it off again to Swadan. Swadan looks. He's going to get the first down.
Got it with a yard extra. I think this is about what we expected to see from Westfield. I think we expected to see them keep it on the ground. If they have success on the ground, why put it up in the air?
Exactly, and I think one of the things, even when they pass the ball, they pass it to the running back. So that's always what they're looking for when they are on the offensive side of the ball. So Sweet and Swadan and Freilich in the backfield. Manley on the near side. Sweet hands it off to Swadan again. Swadan almost to the 40-yard line.
Sweet did a really good job of faking that handoff, and it looked like they were going to go back for Freilich, and he ended up giving it to Swadan, and he did a nice job of picking up 6.
You know, 2 of the leading rushers for this team, both in the backfield, that can always be a dangerous scenario. Swadan again, the fullback, runs it, but he's met by a whole group of HSE Royals.
Looked like Sam Garvin was leading the charge on that for the tackle. Garvin, a 6'3", 275 senior, defensive lineman.
So 3rd down and 4, ball on the 40-yard line.
Probably 4-down territory here for the Shamrocks at this point.
Looks, hands it over to Freilich. Freilich marches his way through. It's going to be close.
Going to be very close. Depends on the spot. I think they're going to give it to him.
I think they are too. I think the ref on the far side looks like he's marked the ball right on the first down marker.
Yeah, it's close.
They're going to call it 4th down.
Oh yeah, 4th and about a foot.
I don't know. That looks close still.
He had to get beyond. Looks like he had to get beyond the 37, and they placed it just on the short side of the 37, so he probably doesn't even have a foot to go for a first down.
So they're going to put it in the pistol formation. Freilich in the backfield. Sweet the quarterback. Manley on the near side. Tossed it, and he's going to get the first down, but
there's a flag.
It's going to be false start. And that's going to make the fourth down a little bit more interesting.
But 4th and 5.5.
And they're going to bring in the punting unit.
Will Harrison coming in for the punt.
And he's done a great job this year from a punting standpoint, being able to put opponents deep in their own territory. Hard time. It's a high one, but not a far one. Definitely taking a Westfield bounce to about the 1 yard line.
A 42-yard punt. Well, they're going to down it at the 2.
So Royals will take the ball at the 2 yard line.
Harrison averages 39.5 yards on a punt, so that's right in his average area.
And one of the things he does best is even in those type of scenarios, he's able to pin opponents deep into the end zone. So great job by Harrison, but that'll leave the Royals quite some distance, but we've seen it happen, especially last week when we watched Noblesville Westfield. 1st and 10, ball on the 2 yard line. Mola in shotgun. Looks to pass, throws deep down, he's open. Oh, almost complete. Number 83, Jaron Bond, just slipped out of his hands.
I'm not sure if that slipped out of his hands or he all of a sudden realized that he was going to be plastered by a shamrock, and that affected him making the catch, but it was close.
So 2nd and 10, ball on the 2 yard line. Play action. Quick throw over to number 8, Matt Klink.
Klink is one of the tight ends on the Royals that you'll see him get the call a lot tonight.
And that's going to be 3rd and inches, or 3rd and 1, ball on the 11 yard line. And that's going to be a false start. So again,
5 minutes into this game, and we've already got 2 penalties called. Coaches by this time of the season, halfway through the season, are kind of hoping that some of these things like false starts and that there's by this time of the season, there's really no excuse for it.
Mullet, the quarterback, play action, tries to throw it over the middle, looking for the pass interference, and there is none.
Hank Grenda was on the coverage on that, and I agree with you, Jack. That was pretty close.
Yeah, the power of college and pro is they get the review, and here in high school, you don't get those things. Here comes the punt. Hauser still on his feet. Brought to about the 33-yard line.
Hayden Lynch on the tackle.
So out comes the Westfield Shamrocks offense. Good field position for the Shamrocks on this. But great job by the Royals last time. Obviously 1 first down, but great job so far controlling the running game for the Shamrocks.
Well, the Shamrocks have had excellent field position so far in comparison to the Royals. The Royals have been in either at the 20 or at the 2 on their 2 possessions. And
yeah.
The Shamrocks have been on this side of midfield for their 2 possessions, only 33 yards away from a touchdown.
Play action, throws it far down the field, almost intercepted. Pass intended for number 1, Evan Manley.
Austin Holzum had the coverage on that. Austin is an excellent defensive back.
He stayed right with him there.
That ball could have gone either way. Either of them could have caught that.
So far, it's been interesting seeing a lot more throwing passes, throws than we've seen previously for Westfield Shamrock. So it's interesting how they're mixing it up so far this first half.
Well, the old adage is you go with what you've been successful
right.
with, but in athletics you can't rely on that all the time.
Yeah. Swidan met in the backfield.
He loses about 3 yards on that play. I think that was Johnny May, number 34. Coach's son.
Coach's son, yeah. Now he had
he has an older brother.
Yeah.
Who is up at St. Francis in Fort Wayne.
Okay, perfect.
So a long third down here, a 3rd and 13.
Sweet in the pistol. Looking for the call on the sideline. 3rd down, 13 to go, ball on the 36-yard line. Swidan is the running back. Manley on the near side. Sweet in the pistol. Looking to throw. Throws it down to Manley just a little too far over his head. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, no. They're going to switch it up.
Are they going to punt or are they going to
Well, I have the punter on
the
field and I have the quarterback on the field.
They're going to go for a field goal. They're going to go for about a 53-yard field goal. Harrison's longest.
And Harrison's going to kick, and it's up.
No good.
No
it's
good.
To the left. Wide to the left. I think that's a pretty smart move on the part of Jake Gilbert, Jack, because, you're in a situation there where he has the wind at his back, and, he's 52, 53 yards away, and he had the distance on the kick, but, from the standpoint of punting, last time they ended up putting them down at the 2-yard line, but now that, the Royals are back at the 20, but they've still got 80 yards to go, so to me, that's almost as good, if not better, than a punt.
Yeah, absolutely. Mullet, the quarterback, looks, play action, throws it over the middle of the field, wide open. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, and it's touchdown, Hamilton Southeastern.
That's Carter Lohman with an 80-yard touchdown. I thought that the Shamrocks might catch up to him at the last second there, but I think the only chance that they had right in the end of that play, Jack, was if they could bat the ball loose, because I don't think that they were going to be able to catch up with him.
And he was wide open at about the 30-yard line and just took off. And here comes the extra point. It's up and it's good. With 6:05 left in the first, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead 7-0.
St. Anne's Ivy Tech prepares Indiana residents to learn, live, and work in a diverse and competitive environment. To answer any questions on enrolling or general information, you can visit their website at www.ivytech.edu or give them a call, 317-921-4300. One play, 80 yards, and 7 points with the point after, Jack. That's just how explosive, and I do expect to see the same thing coming from the Shamrocks too, because both of these teams are explosive.
Yeah, and like we talked about in the pregame, which was Westfield heavy run, and then you've got Hamilton Southeastern heavy pass. So far, the passing game of Hamilton Southeastern has done a great job so far with Mullet, the quarterback.
Well, in looking at the receiving for the year, one pass for 79 yards to Eric Manley. Other than that, Lohman has got the record for the season at 80.
So here comes the Royals to kick off. That's number 94, Tyler Melser is the kicker.
He's going to have a hard time getting this into the end zone with the wind.
And they're going to be able to return it here. And Nustifer returns it to about the 12-yard line.
Looks like he got almost a 20-yard return on that thing, because he's out at about the 22 or 23, and he was between the 2 and the 3 when he started there. Well, this is territory right now for the Shamrocks that they have not been in all year. I don't think they have ever been behind in a game yet this year that I can recall.
No, this is new to them. They last week were down 7-0 to Noblesville in that first quarter, but then after that they kind of took off. So it'll be interesting to see how they can respond to this touchdown. Sweet hands it off to Freilich, and he's met in the backfield.
Looks like he's still going to get a yard or two out of that.
The one thing that the Shamrocks do well from the running side is the running back's feet don't stop moving.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that they've been taught very well in the running back position, to never stop moving your feet.
At Zionsville, we understand that the Millers and the Eagles are tied up 3-3 in the first quarter. Correction, 7-7. They're tied.
Sweet in the pistol. Swidan in the backfield. 3 on the near side. Manley on the far side. Sweet looks to pass. Quick throw over the middle. And that is complete to number 32, Caleb Pettijohn, for the first down.
Nice reception by Pettijohn. Got about 12 yards on that. He was wide open. Wide open.
So they're going to keep the no-huddle offense. Sweet in the pistol. Swidan in the backfield. 3 on the near side. Manley on the far side. Hamilton Southeastern getting the call on the side along with the Shamrocks. This is a great linebacker group here for the Royals.
Mm-hmm.
And that was something that Coach Gilbert said in the reporter about this linebacker crew for the Royals. So here comes Sweet. He looks, hands it off to Swidan. Swidan met in the backfield.
He lost a couple on that one.
And that was a tackle by number 40 for the Royals, his Logan Holland.
Came up from the linebacker position and got him, a 6'1", 215 senior.
I'm glad I talked about the linebacker position beforehand.
Yeah. Well, as I was looking through both of these rosters, Jack, you look at the size and the weight, and for the most part, most of these players they average 5'10" to 6'2". You got a few bigger, a few smaller, but that 5'10" to 6'2" seems to be the predominant group.
Quick pass again to Pettijohn. And that's a first down. That almost looks like the same play they ran 2 plays ago.
I was going to say, I was going to remark the same thing, that it looks like exactly the same play that they got the first down on earlier. Go back to what you've had success with.
So here comes the no huddle. Sweet looking for the call on the sideline. Manley on the near side. You've got Gonzalez on the far side.
4 wideouts plus Swidan in the backfield. What a setup for the Rocks.
Sweet looks, quick pass, incomplete, intended for number 14, Clint Hostler.
Austin Holzem had the coverage on that, and that was tipped and didn't come real close to being an interception, but it was close.
Yeah, and if you can't get an interception, put some pressure on the wide receiver, and that's what you get right there. So 3:37, 2nd and 10, ball on the 47-yard line, still here in the first quarter.
Well, the fortunate thing for us tonight is after that rain came through about 6 o'clock, no threat of rain for the rest of the evening, so we got a beautiful night for a game. That one looked – I'm sorry, I disagree with that. I thought that was a lateral and it was tipped.
Yeah, it looked like a lateral.
I thought that should have been a live ball.
Great job by Logan Holland as well.
But it goes down as an incomplete pass because I thought that came straight across, and then as soon as that was tipped, we've got an official's timeout on the field.
reset the game clock.
Did you see an angle on that ball at all?
I didn't see too much of an angle. I would have thought that was a lateral.
That's what I thought. I thought as soon as it got tipped that that was once you go lateral, if that ball gets tipped or anything, that's a live ball.
So
but
third and 10.
It goes to the incompletion.
Yes. 3rd and 10. 3 on the near side. Sweet looks, gets it over to Swidan. No one in front of him. Swidan keeps moving, gets a blocker in front of him, gets past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Great play call there.
Took Zach Randall to come in there, a linebacker, and finally get some contact on him and stop him. But a gain of almost 30 yards, between 20 and 30 yards in that play, sets the Shamrocks up in good position at the 25.
Great screen play. Sweet under center. 2 on the far side. Swidan in the backfield. Swidan gets the ball. Met right in the backfield by number 75. I believe that's
Craig Kunkelman.
Craig Kunkelman.
Yeah.
Great job by number 75 for the Royals.
Just a sophomore. He's got a little more growing to do. The Millers now ahead of the Eagles, 14-7 at the Eagles' Nest.
Quick pass over the middle again and completed to number 88, Hayden Russell.
What was amazing on that, Jack, is it took, number one, he caught it at full speed dead on the run. And number two, it took 3 Royals to stop him. He got an extra 5 yards after he caught that ball with 3 defenders right in his face.
Now, you were talking just a little bit ago between 5'10 and 6 feet tall. Let me tell you a little bit about Hayden Russell, 6'5", 240 pounds.
Well, that's what made the difference for him being able to make that catch. He was able to get up there and get that catch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shamrocks knocking on the door at 2nd and goal at the 3.
Sweet in the pistol. Sweet looks, hands it off to Swidan. Swidan marches to about the 2-yard line. And they're going to mark it.
It's like they're going to mark it about the
1-yard line, yep.
Tough yardage with that interior line. Although the Shamrocks have got a lot of size and strength on their offensive line too.
Sweet under center. He looks, hands it off to Swidan. He is met in the backfield.
Madison Norris got him. He lost. I thought they had him back at about the 4 or 5 yard line.
I thought they did too.
In there, but he got a very generous spot there. That's going to be 4th and 3. You think they'll go for it here?
I think they're going to kick the field goal here.
Yeah, it looks like Will Harrison is coming back out on the field to try about a 20-yard field goal.
It's all about, I think right now it's only the first quarter. It's a game of points.
Put some points on the board.
Yep.
I agree.
Harrison looks. He kicks the field goal, and it's good.
This time it's good.
So with 1:03 left to play in the first quarter, the Shamrocks on the board, 3-7 here at Riverview Health Stadium.
You know, Jack, earlier you and Emily were talking about one of your favorite breakfast places, and let's talk a little bit about Erica's.
Yeah, Erica's Place, both downtown Cicero and downtown Westfield. Open breakfast and lunchtime. I don't have my own booth yet. Hopefully one day. But
maybe after tonight you will.
With saying their name. But I want to thank Erica's Place for being a sponsor here tonight.
A brand new sponsor for us.
Brand new sponsor for us, but located on Union and 32, downtown Westfield, and on Jackson Street, downtown Cicero. So,
what's their specialty?
I always get the biscuits and gravy.
Now, what's Emily get?
Biscuits and gravy.
You guys are biscuit and
we
gravy
are biscuits
people,
and gravy people.
You can tell you're born and bred Hoosiers.
Yes,
Hoosiers love their biscuits and gravy.
And for lunch we get the tenderloin.
Oh, super! Another Hoosier tradition. Wow. Well, welcome Erica's, and we appreciate you sponsoring us here on Hamilton County Television.
So Harrison to kick off, and that one's definitely in the end zone.
Well, that's kind of a break for the Shamrocks, too, because with 1 minute left in the quarter here, they've still got they had the wind at their back, obviously, for the field goal attempt, have the wind at their back for the kickoff, and, any time you can not allow a kickoff return, punt return, or whatever, it's all the better, all the better for your team. Although the last time the Royals put their hands on the ball, they had it for one play for an 80-yard pass completion to Carter Lohman. Let's see what the HSE Brain Trust is calling this time.
Mullet hands it off to number 20, Jackson Sweeney.
Sweeney is one of those runners, Jack, that he's not real fancy. He's not real razzle-dazzle or anything like that. He's just a good, hard-running kid who doesn't, he's probably not going to break a 40 or 50-yarder, but he's going to make the plays.
Great job there by Nick Muchner. And that's going to be 3rd and 3, ball on the 27-yard line. 35 seconds left in the first. So here comes Mullet in the shotgun.
With the 40-second clock this year, he's got a lot of time left. He will have to run a play before the quarter. He can't run the clock out.
So Mullet, play action, incomplete. Oh, and they're going to call the pass interference.
That was intended for Matt Klink. 2 flags on the play.
And I thought Coach Gilbert was getting ready to do the 40-yard dash there. He was livid.
Well, we've had a couple close ones on pass interference already tonight.
And one of the things is, and it's on our side of the field, you can't see that other hand on the back.
Yes, exactly.
And that's the one thing you got to watch. Mullet, the quarterback, in the shotgun, hands it off. He's met in the backfield by number 52 for the Shamrocks. That's Griffin Lickfeld.
That was Tyler Fleming, the other running back for the Royals. He's the one who came in place of Jackson Sweeney in the game last week.
So Mullet in the shotgun, 3 on the near side. Looks, quick throw, intercepted by number 7, Pat Beam for the Rocks. Pass intended by for number 7, Matt Brooks.
That's one of those plays, Jack, where that ball had not been tipped.
Yeah.
It would have not been intercepted. But, it's just one of those things that happens in the game of football. And, as I said earlier, in the game last week against Fishers, in that game against Fishers last week, the Royals came out and scored early, and then they waited quite a while to score again and gave the Tigers a lot of points.
So here come the Shamrocks. 5 seconds left in the first. Sweet in the pistol. Looks, hands it off to Freilich. He is met in the backfield by number 34, Johnny May. And that's going to be at the end of the first quarter.
So at the end of one quarter, Royals still on top 7-3, but the Shamrocks 32 miles, 32 yards, 32 away from pay dirt.
Depends on how they're doing here on offense. May feel like 32 miles.
This is true. Say Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you can contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check out their website, www.ecommunity.com. Jack, I think this game has started out almost exactly as we thought it would.
Yeah, and I think it's just the difference, like you said, is going to be how many turnovers or errors, to limit those. And I think right now this is an opportunity for the Westfield Shamrocks to capitalize on that. But at the same time, that touchdown pass, 80-yard touchdown, lack of coverage, and that's what you see. So on both sides right now, the little things are what's making a difference in this game.
Well, if the Shamrocks are going to win this game, they have got to take advantage of the situation they have got right now. They got a gift in the fact that they're sitting there 32 yards away from either a field goal or a touchdown, and the Shamrocks really need to take advantage of this now. Let's see if they can do that.
So here come the Shamrocks. 2nd and 13, ball on the 32-yard line.
The other side of that is let's just see how the defense of the Royals reacts to this too. See what Matt Alfeld comes up with on the defensive side.
In the shotgun, sweet, play action. Looks, throws over the middle, incomplete. Intended for number 32 on the Shamrocks, and that's, again, Caleb Pettijohn looking for that play over the middle.
Sweet did a nice job of throwing that into double coverage. And if you were watching that play carefully, Jack, the one thing I noticed on it is he put it where if his receiver could not, if Pettijohn couldn't catch it, it was not going to be intercepted.
Yeah, that was a great call there. So Sweet, 3rd and long here. Great job by the Royals defense right now with the turnover. Seeing if they can go 4 and out here. 3 and out, excuse me. Sweet under center. Looks, play, no, hands it off to Freilich. Freilich keeps moving.
He's got a first.
And he's got the first down for the Shamrocks.
I was just like you. I thought that was a fake, and I thought he was going to throw the ball, but Freilich took that ball and ran it for about 13 yards for a first down.
And that's one of the things that Sweet does really well, especially with his running backs, is he can hold that ball till the very last minute and make a decision. That's one of the great things about Andy Sweet.
You know, the last few years, Westfield has had some great quarterbacks. Think of the Pepios and they had all the good quarterbacks come through this system.
Handoff again to Freilich. Freilich over on the far side, still on his feet. Met by number 21, Will Darlington.
That time they held him to maybe about a yard and a half.
So it's going to be 2nd down, ball on the 17-yard line. 11 minutes left to play in the second. Sweet under center. Swidan in motion. Looks. Still has the ball. Throws it over to Swidan. Almost intercepted by number 32. Brock Burns hit him right between the numbers, but he was looking for the hit.
Burns has been coming up with some very good interceptions so far this year. Great defender out there. The younger brother of Brendan Burns, who is now up at Ball State, pitching for the Cardinals.
So 3rd and 8, ball on the 17-yard line.
So far for the Shamrocks, 3rd and long has not been a big problem.
So Sweet with the play call, under center. Freilich in the backfield. Manley on the far side. Looks. Play action, throws, incomplete. Intended for number 21, who is Drew Newstifer.
At 21, Will Darlington on the coverage. A couple of 21s there.
Quick update here for you. Noblesville leads 21-7 after a touchdown.
I think we also had Brownsburg over Fishers 3-0, if I remember right.
Yeah. Too. So here comes the field goal by Harrison. And I think that was tipped. It looked like it was tipped.
I couldn't tell if that was tipped
or if it just
the trajectory on the kick was very, very low. My apologies. We get the Fishers-Brownsburg score backwards. Fishers is leading Brownsburg 3-0 at Reynolds Tiger Stadium over there in Fishers. So bottom line comes down to is the Rocks try for 3. They were in a situation here, Jack, where with the wind coming in, I was almost a little bit surprised that they were going to try the field goal because that wind is pretty brisk right now. Yeah,
but great job by the Royals defense after the turnover to leave nothing on the board, to make sure that the Rocks don't score. That's a great job by the Royals.
Jackson Sweeney with the first down run of about 5.
2nd and 5, ball on the 25-yard line. Mulligan shotgun, 3 on the far side. Looks for the play call on the sideline. Looks, Mullet keeps it himself. He's met by a couple Shamrocks. That'll give him a couple yards.
Mullet's had a tendency to keep that ball himself every once in a while when he does see an opening. So he gains 2 on that and leaves him with a third and fairly makeable 3rd and 3.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. Ball on the 27-yard line. 9:45 left to play in the second. Mullet gets a call from the sideline.
Sweeney is back in there. He's been in there this entire series. He just set out one series last time when Tyler Fleming set in for him.
So he hands it off to Sweeney. Sweeney looks. He's going to get the first down and more.
Great effort by Jackson Sweeney.
So first down for the Royals. 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. 3 on the near side. Mullet, the quarterback, looks. Quick throw.
That was an incomplete pass.
And, yeah, he did throw that in front of him.
Yeah, that was intended for Matt Klink. And I think Mullet was standing on about the 27, and Klink was on about the 29, so there was no doubt about that one being a forward pass.
So Lohman on the near side, Mullet the quarterback.
Both these teams have had a lot of long second downs.
Yeah. Still keeps it, throws a great pass over the middle to number 7, Max Brooks. And there's a flag on the play here, though.
Brooks came out of almost nowhere, but there's a flag almost at the about the 44-yard line. I wonder.
Could be a holding.
Or an illegal man downfield.
Yep.
Yep, illegal receiver downfield. Well, that'll negate a nice nice pass play.
So 2nd and 10. Ball on the 32. Mullet the quarterback. Sweeney the running back. Oh, they're going to move it back here.
Yeah, it's a 5-yard penalty.
5-yard penalty.
Yep. So effectively, that really cost them 15 yards because they were real close to a first down on that.
3rd and 15. 2nd and 15. Ball on the 27-yard line.
2nd down and 15 with 9:17 to go. Second quarter play.
2 on the near side. Mullet the quarterback. Looks for the call on the sideline. 3 back for the Shamrocks in the secondary. Mullet looks. Hands it over to Sweeney. He's got nothing but green in front of him. Looks like a...
Well, he got the penalty back plus about 3 or 4 more. I didn't see who tackled him.
Didn't see who tackled him either, but great job by Sweeney. Keep his feet moving there.
Got about 8 yards on the play, so he's got Mullet's got 7 to go for a first down.
3rd and 6. Here comes the screen. Oh, almost tipped, but he got it there to Sweeney. Sweeney keeps going. Almost to the 45-yard line.
Sweeney was zigging and zagging there and probably got about 10 or 15 more yards than he could have. And right at the end of that play, one of the Westfield defenders kind of pulled his leg up and kind of jerked it a little. And I kind of have a feeling if there'd have been a referee looking at that, there might have been a flag thrown on that, but no harm.
Sweeney again with the ball. Gain of a couple here. Sweeney looks like he's gotten about 30 yards on this drive just himself.
Yeah, he's done a great job here. The Hamilton Southeastern offensive coordinators have spotted something in the Shamrock defense that they're taking advantage of here.
So Mullet, the quarterback, Sweeney, the running back, hands off again to Sweeney. Sweeney trying to get some yards, and they're going to throw a flag here. Could be a holding.
Yeah, where that flag is, it probably is going to be holding. That is the that is the signal.
So they're going to move the ball back here.
And that'll be a spot foul, so it'll be 10 from the spot. Ends up putting the ball back at the 48-yard line, so
Well, you said it. They've had a lot of second and longs. Well, this is probably the longest. 2nd and 18, ball on the 48-yard line. 7:43 left to play. Mullet looks, pump fakes, throws. He's got an open receiver. Incomplete, intended for number 10, Carter Lohman.
If that ball hadn't been batted down, Lohman would have made that catch and probably would have put 6 on the board. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching us tonight here on Hamilton County Television. Let us know where you're at. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. We'd like to hear from you. And we do appreciate you watching us on Hamilton County Television, Hometown Sports.
Mullet looks again. He's going to roll. He's going to scramble. He's going to get a couple yards here.
Not even back down to the original line of scrimmage.
And that's going to bring a 4th and long here.
It'll be about a 4th and 11. I would expect that we will see a punt from here.
Yeah, it looks like the punter number 93, Zach Zuber, is the punter. Hauser back to receive. He dropped it. Big break for Westfield.
Well, that is the second mistake that the Royals have made in this half. And the first one didn't cost them any points, but you can only dodge that bullet so many times, Jack. And a team like the Shamrocks is going to take advantage of that, take advantage of the good field position.
Yeah, interesting by Zach Zuber to pick it up and try to see what he could do with it as well.
I couldn't tell whether was the snap low or did he fumble it. I just wasn't paying that real close attention to it myself.
I don't think it was low. I think he had the ball, and right before he was getting ready to set up to punt it, he kind of slipped out of his hands. Over to Freilich. Freilich keeps his feet moving. About 2 yards shy of the first down.
The Shamrocks doing what they do best, running the ball, gaining about 7 or 8 yards in that first down play.
They have a two-headed monster from the running game for the Shamrocks. Freilich, he has 60 carries for 411 yards with 6 touchdowns, and Swidan, 52 carries, 301 yards for 4 touchdowns. So both averaging about 7 yards to 6 yards, 6 to 7 yards a carry.
And they're both in there.
Yeah. Freilich again. Still on his feet.
That's just brute strength on the part of Freilich to be able to take those defenders about 5 or 6 yards down and not only get the first down, but get about 5 or 6 more yards on top of it.
Yeah, and it's the power of keep moving your feet. And since I've been watching several games over the season, he is one of the best running backs that does not stop moving. Sweet under center. 2 on the far side. Freilich, the running back. Looks, play action. Quick pass over to Swidan. And they're going to mark him at about 6 yards.
The Rocks are going to have about 5 yards to go for a first down.
So second and 5, yep.
Yeah, nice 5-yard gain there on first down.
2nd and 5, ball on the 29-yard line.
Both of these teams have done a pretty good job of moving the ball so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty evenly matched on both sides of the ball right now. About 5 minutes left to play in the second. Sweet looks, quick little pass over to Swidan, and he's going to get close. He's going to be short.
He's going to be right at the 25-yard line. He's going to need another yard to do it. There is I think there's a penalty flag out there.
And they're going to call holding on the Shamrocks. So a 3rd and 1 becomes a little bit further.
Yeah, that'll make it about a 3rd and 14 or 15 now About 3rd and 15 from the 39.
So 3rd and 15, ball on the 39, under 5 to play in the second. Manley on the far side. Sweet in the pistol with Freilich.
But 15 yards in 2 plays is nothing for Sweet.
And they're going to change the call to.
He's got 18 seconds left
I
in
was
the
going to
play
say he has
clock,
plenty of time to figure this out.
Plenty of time to do it.
Sweet looks, quick pass, and he gets the pass over to what looks like maybe Pettijon. No, excuse me, Evan Manley.
71, I think, is who had got that.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. 4:35 left to play. Excuse me, 4:38.
The Royals call a timeout here.
Yeah, that's a big 3rd down. We've seen the Shamrocks able to capitalize on 3rd down conversions. So great timeout actually by the Shamrocks, or excuse me, by the Royals.
Well, we're 4.5 minutes away from halftime. The other thing that goes into this thing, Jack, is come the second half, the Shamrocks are going to get the ball.
Right.
So what ideally, from their standpoint, what they'd like to do is, I don't think they're going to need 4.5 minutes to score, but they certainly would like to get a score here, and then have the ball first in the second half. It's you can kind of feel this thing tilting a little bit more toward the Shamrocks right now. Things are kind of a little more skewed in their favor now. Things seem to be working better. If they could take back a couple penalties, that would be a different situation. But the Shamrocks are 32 yards away from either a field goal or a touchdown, in 4 minutes and 38 seconds away from the half.
Sweet looks, back to throw. Quick over to Freilich. Freilich running out of green. He makes a move. I don't think he's going to get it. It's going to be real close.
He's going to be to about the 26-yard line, it looks like, and 25 or 26. He had to get to the 24. My assumption is they're going to measure this now. I think that's why they called a timeout. That was just a great play.
Yeah, it looked like Freilich was running out of real estate, and he made some of his own.
Yeah, he just put his head down and said, "I'm going to get more out of this," and away he went, and he ended up gaining almost, at least 12 yards, maybe 13.
It's going to be very close. They're not celebrating yet on the sideline. And it's going to be – there's no celebration on the Westfield bench, so.
Well, one of the Westfield is pointing toward first down, but it looks like it's just an inch or two at the most. If when we saw the referee lift the chain up.
And no celebration on this sideline, so it could be short. Unless they're trying to re-measure Allen. Yep.
Yeah, because the referee, where he is holding on to that, that's like an inch or two. That's hardly more than an inch from the nose of that football.
So they're going to make it 4th down.
I think if I'm Jake Gilbert at this point, I go for it here. You know, you're kicking into the wind again. You're talking about a 41, 42-yard field goal attempt from this point, and you've got just inches to go. Your running game has been working on all 8 cylinders, actually on 2 cylinders, on Freilich and Swadan. So I think this is a good move on his part. The other thing they may try to do is they may try to see if they can pull the Royals offside and not have to run a play.
So here comes Sweet. He looks. He's going to pile through. He's going to get it with a little help from Swadan.
He needed about an inch. He got about a yard and a half on that. He can thank his offensive line for that first down because they managed to take the front four from the Royals and just plain and simple push them back.
So here comes Sweet. Hands it off to Freilich. Freilich pushes down the sideline.
Goes out of bounds at about the 18 or 19-yard line, it looks like. They're going to put him at about the 20, it looks like. Or is it the 19? No, they're putting him at the 19, so he's got 5 yards to go for a first down. No big rush here for the for the Shamrocks. I think at the point they're at now, they're talking probably if they go field goal, they're probably talking a 35-yard attempt.
Hand over to Freilich again.
He's going
to keep marching.
He's still moving. He took that pile of Royals at least 4 or 5 yards. And he took him probably 7 or 8 yards after the initial contact.
Yeah.
That's just brute strength.
And I'll tell you this, you have someone like Freilich. I was looking at some of these stats here from the offensive line. Number 79, 6'1", 285. Number 76, 6'6", 290. Number 71, 6 feet, 260. And then, of course, number 64, 5'10", 190 pounds.
Well,
that's a big offensive line that you have there as well.
There's a lot of beef out there.
Hand over again to Freilich. But he is met this time, and they're not going to let him go 7 or 8 yards forward.
He's still going to get a couple yards out of that. At least a yard or two, it looks like. It looks like they're going to put it on the 11, so they're going to give him officially give him 1. They can make a first down without scoring, so can get a new set of downs if they can get inside of about the 2.5 or 2 yard line.
So 2nd and 9, ball on the 11, 3:09 left to play in the second. HSE leads 7-3. They're having a little trouble with the play clock.
I don't understand why the game clock isn't running. Because that was a running play. The game clock should have started. The game clock never should have stopped. I don't think anybody called a timeout, did they? No, they're resetting the game clock to 3:11.
And Coach Gilbert wants 3:14. There we go. And
did they call a timeout, Jack?
I think the officials.
No, now they're winding it.
Yeah, I think the officials wanted the clock to stop. So Sweet under center. They're going to have Swedan, the running back. So Freilich wanted a breather. Swedan is met right in the backfield.
No gain on that one.
No gain. And that's going to bring up 3rd down. Something that the Shamrocks have seen a little bit this evening and have capitalized on.
They've got all 3 of their timeouts remaining, so there's plenty of time here with 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
So 2:30 left in the second. 3rd and 9, ball on the 11-yard line. Sweet in the pistol. Swedan in the backfield. 2 on the far side. Sweet looks. Throws a high one to Manley. Touchdown. Great pass. He put it exactly where he needed to put it.
That ball was right behind the Royal defender, right in front of Manley. And if he'd have dropped that, he probably would have kept going out that gate and gone home. He just had a gift right there. I mean, that was a I'm not saying football's easy, but that was it was a great pass, and definitely a play Manley should have made, and he did a great job at it.
So Harrison with the extra point. It is up and good. And that's with 2:16 left to play in the second quarter. We have the Westfield Shamrocks 10, Hamilton Southeastern 7.
Safe fans, from personal injury claims to complex business litigations to divorce cases. Church Hiddle and Antrim protects the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Merrillville, and Tipton. Contact their Noblesville office, 317-773-5320, or visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. Church Hiddle and Antrim in beautiful downtown Noblesville.
That was a great drive by the Shamrocks, and here come the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. So Harrison to kick off. And here comes the kickoff, and it's in the end zone.
Notice that wind has almost gone negligible there. So making the end zone is no problem. So the Royals will come out and take it over. 1st and 10 at the 20. I understand that Hamilton Southeastern Athletic Director Jim Self probably will be joining us at halftime, so we may be able to get a few words in with Jim and find out
that's great.
A little bit about what's going on over in the southeastern part of the community.
Perfect. So Sweeney with the run. I think if you are the Royals, that's probably what you're going to do for the rest of the half. Make sure that you don't get the ball turned over.
Well, they're gonna be careful with the ball, but the other factor on this thing is, Jack, is they certainly can't afford a 3-and-out because the Shamrocks have got all 3 of their timeouts left. Long pass, incomplete.
Great pass, though, intended for number 10, Carter Lohman.
Now this works right into the advantage of the Shamrocks because you've got a 3rd and long situation here, which would normally be a passing situation. Royals don't make the first down, and the Shamrocks are going to get the ball back with about a minute and 40, minute and 30 on the clock and have another chance to score.
Yeah, 3rd and 7. Mullet looks. He's going to run. And he's not going to make the first down. Timeout, Westfield.
I don't think Adam Mullet ever intended to throw that ball. I think that the sideline told him, do not throw that ball. If they want to stop, if they want the clock stopped, make them use one of their timeouts.
Absolutely.
I think we got a halftime score here from Fishers. Looks like the Tigers are up against the Brownsburg Bulldogs 10-0. So if that score holds true, another one of the undefeateds will go down.
Yeah, and we still got a great game here, 10-7.
Mm-hmm. So now it's all in the hands of the punter here.
Literally. Last time
he couldn't get the punt off, and that led to the Shamrock touchdown.
1:42 left. Ball on the 27-yard line. The Royals to punt.
There's a
and
movement on the right side of the line. That'll go against the Royals. That's going to be 5 more.
False start.
I think what happened on that side of the line, there was several of the Shamrocks were jumping around, and I wonder if maybe the right side of that line wasn't reacting to that.
So Hauser back to return. Zuber the punter.
Any way you look at it, the Shamrocks should get some good field position.
1:41 left to play in the second. 4th and 7. Ball on the 23-yard line. Punt by Zuber. Here it comes. Here comes the punt. Almost drops it again.
That's going to be a flag. Yep, that is a bad mistake on the part of the Shamrocks. I don't think there was any chance of blocking that, and that's going to cost the Shamrocks excellent field position. They would have had the ball at about between the 40 and 45-yard line. Now they're going to put 15 more yards onto that from the about the 22. So the Royals will probably get the ball back at about the Shamrock 37, I would guess. I believe that'll be 15 because I don't think you can. I think you almost have to call instead of running into the kicker. I think you have to call that one roughing the kicker.
I would say roughing the kicker is a good call on that one.
That was a hard hit. But after what happened on that last punt, Jack, I don't blame him for putting the pressure on.
Yeah, and he kind of slipped it a little bit out of his hands, but he kept control of it. He punted it out, and they're going to.
Now they're going to give them. They only called that a 5-yard penalty.
Oh wow!
My oh my!
So that's a big difference between roughing and running into.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I'm sorry. I've got to disagree with that call, but I'm not going to say anymore.
So 5-yard penalty, 4th and 3. Zuber to punt. Punts the ball high, very high. And that's going to bounce all the way down to about the 22-yard line.
That was kind of a dangerous situation there. He called for the fair catch on that. And that ball hit within a couple feet of a Shamrock defender. And that very easily could have hit one of those guys.
Yeah, if it would have bounced the other way, he had the Shamrock right there. Well, it started at the 42 and bounced all the way to a 22.
Yeah, they got 20 extra yards out of it and ended up with about a 55-yard punt on that one.
So 1:18 left.
They're finally starting to move the chains. I was beginning to wonder if there was a flag or something because the chains hadn't moved.
Well, Westfield has this really nice LED screen, and I bet that's what they were looking at. So Sweet under center. Swadan and Freilich in the backfield. Looks like they're going to hand the ball off to Freilich. Freilich met right away, finds a quick hole.
He was stopped at the 24 and ended up at the 29. Wow.
Yeah, it's
what running?
He's been doing that all
fantastic
night.
Running.
So Sweet gets the call from the sideline. Clock's still running. So be careful here with the play action for Manley down the sideline. They like that play right here. Here it is. Sweet looks. Oh, he's going to hand it off to Freilich. And he's going to run it right out of bounds.
Run out by Will Darlington. Does get a first down. 33 seconds left in the half. Are they going to settle for going into the locker room at 10-7, or are they going to try to put something more on the board here?
Yeah, and like I was saying, the one play that they like to run is Manley on the sideline, play action right down the field. They've done that about 3 or 4 times this season. But they're going to keep it to Freilich.
This time he gains about 1.5 yards or 2 yards.
I see no hurry.
Now I kind of think that that's probably going to be the last play of the half.
So Sweet is going to hurry up and see if he can run one here.
I don't think he's
5 seconds. I don't think he has.
I don't think he'll get it off.
Oh no, they're done.
3, 2, 1.
So at the half, the Westfield Shamrocks lead 10-7 here at Riverview Health Stadium.
We'll be back with a recap of the first half in just a minute, but we'd like to give special thanks to all of our hometown television sponsors. They include First Saturday Movie Events at Ivy Tech, which is sponsored by Wofford Theater, Erica's in Noblesville and Cicero, Ivy Tech, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Mark Hairbrandt, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and Indiana Restoration. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. And by the way, you can follow Hamilton County Television on Twitter at hctelevision.com. Look for us on Facebook too, www.facebook.com/Hamilton County TV. Jack, before we take a little break here, let's just talk a little bit about this quarter here and your overall impressions.
Yeah, it's just been the difference has been just the little things. You look at Hamilton Southeastern, did a great job, but like we talked about, the last time we were here, we watched a game that was 28-0 at halftime. So a 10-7, you're pretty much a very even matched team here at Riverview Health Stadium.
Yeah, and again, one of the things that has hurt the Blue is turnovers and errors. A couple mistakes, a couple big mistakes, and had the Royals not made the mistakes that they made, chances are they may they may still have a 7-3 lead.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the second half goes here this evening.
Well, Jim Self is scheduled to join us here in a few minutes. So until he comes along, we'll take a little break here, and we'll be back in a few minutes on Hometown Television.
We all have our own story about community.
I truly felt that each doctor, technician, and nurse had the same goal: provide exceptional care and make it simple.
Because of my chronic illness, I have an entire team on my side.
With Community's My Chart, I keep track of everything.
When community says exceptional care, simply deliver it. Those aren't just 4 words at the end of a TV spot.
It's for community patients at the end of a TV spot.
Telling you to believe every word.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street signs and banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Breast care navigation at Community is a lot like sailing. Navigators have to read the wind without seeing the wind.
The breast care navigator will follow the patient and their family through the continuum of care.
My nurse navigator was always there.
Just to be an advocate for that patient.
You need the biggest support system that you can, and to know that you have one other person there who can help you through it is definitely something that is amazing.
of her. Get down with the city blue, the inside, David Reed. We wrap up tonight's halftime entertainment with the top hit by the group Rock the Moon. Kareem Hawkins will perform another of the song features. We don't mean to be rude, but shut up and dance with me.
Miller's supposed to be for real. They're head 21-7 now. 21-7.
Let's hear it for the Shamrock Crowd and the Westfield Minister Band. The staff and students of the Shamrock Pride would like to say thank you to all the community sponsors who have provided support and to the many parents who have volunteered their time and effort to assist the Shamrock Pride. The Westfield High School Shamrock Pride continues the Monkey Band competition season tomorrow. The band and guard competes at Brownsburg High School. Good luck to the Shamrock Pride. this time, all high school and middle school students that are in the money drive should come down to the track. All high school, middle school students in the money drive should come down to the track and down the track at the 50-yard line. Thank you. All right, you football players, start walking this way. Let's go. The future of Westfield. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Family, you ought to have that coming to you right away, man. Eastern ahead.
Tonight we celebrate WSI youth football and cheer night.
Don't care that much. Well, we can, if you get Carmel, because that's not far. That's Carmel and Williamstown.
Yeah, ball future rocks out here. We're going to introduce my team. First we have the kindergarten league. Let's hear it for the Bears. The Broncos. The Cardinals. The Colts. The Packers. The Patriots. The Ravens. And the Seahawks. The first grade league. We have the Black Rock. The Gold Rock. The Green Rock. The Silver Rock. And the White Rock. In second grade, we have the Black Rock. The Gold Rock. The Green Rock. The Silver Rock. And the White Rock. Third grade, Alabama. Clemson. Georgia. Michigan. And Purdue. And the fourth grade league, Air Force. Army. Notre Dame. And Purdue. In the 5th and 6th grade league, we have Army. Indiana. Michigan. Northwestern. Notre Dame. And Oregon. We also have our 5th and 6th grade Travel Rock. And then my cheerleaders, all my teammates, I don't want cheerleaders, stand up. You cheerleaders. We're also celebrating another WSI group tonight, and that is our lacrosse team. Well, first of all, let's give a great time for the future football fucking cheerleaders. Thank you, WSI. Thank you, coaches, and thank you, parents. Now we're also going to recognize our WSI lacrosse team. This past May, the 7th and 8th grade boys lacrosse team played in the state championship against the top ranked team in the state of Indiana. This team played Indiana teams from around the state before playing the top ranked Carter team in the state final. Through determination and discipline, they beat the Greyhounds by a score of 12-3. Became the first Westfield lacrosse team ever to win the Indiana Youth Lacrosse State Championship. Congratulations to the future lacrosse team on your 2016 state champions. Now, if you'll turn your attention to the 50-yard line, we have a couple of special guests. Now we'll turn this over. So right now, we're getting back to the 50-yard line, and here's a special announcement. Students, if you sold the value card and you are in the money grab, I need you down here on the track on the 50-yard line. All students in the money grab. The Westfield Athletic Booster Club money grab. Where you at? At this time, we would like to announce the winner for the VIP experience at our next home game scheduled for Friday, September 30th, 2016, sponsored by New York Life. And the winner is David Kavanaugh. New York Life will be holding a raffle at each home game this season for the opportunity to win the VIP experience. Registration will be available at both entrances.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Brad Silbert along with Jack Russell back here at Riverview Health Field, where at halftime the Westfield Shamrocks are leading the Hamilton Southeastern Royals 10-7. Before we start talking about the game, Jack, we got a few other scores here tonight from around the county and around the conference. Avon, playing a non-conference game tonight at Whiteland, is ahead of Whiteland 14-0. Over at Fishers, the Tigers are ahead of the Brownsburg Bulldogs 10-0, so they're going may go one of the undefeated teams. At Zionsville, the Noblesville Millers are leading the Zionsville Eagles 21-7. In other county action, at Lawrence North, Carmel is behind Lawrence North 14-10 at halftime. And at Hamilton Heights, it's Northwest 20, Hamilton Heights 7. Sheridan is up at Greentown in Eastern Territory, and they're behind 7-0. Jack, a 3-point difference in this game, and I guess from my perspective, I can't say I'm real surprised that this game is this close.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tale of possessions here in the second half. I think the person that limits, like we talked about in the first half, person that limits the turnovers or limits the mistakes, those being penalties or your own mistakes, will win this game.
Well, the Royals made several key mistakes there in the first half. One of them did lead to a Westfield touchdown, but let's talk about the Shamrocks here just for a second. In the effort tonight from the backfield by Nate Freilich and Johnny Swidan, they have been outstanding.
Yeah, and it has been an amazing job by both of them. The amount of workload that they get from an offensive side when you tell someone like Freilich and you tell someone like Swidean together over 100 carries in the first 4 games, over 100, almost 100, over 120 carries first 4 games. That's a lot to ask of both a senior and a junior, and they've gladly taken that responsibility on the offensive side.
What has amazed me about this running back duo, and of course we saw them here just a couple weeks ago against Zionsville, and they did exactly the same thing against Zionsville. Probably 28-0 at halftime. They did score a little bit more, but they get the ball and they just don't quit.
No, they don't stop. It's one of those things where from a education standpoint, from a teaching standpoint, teaching your running back to always keep their feet up and down moving very quickly. They do that perfectly to a T. When it looks like they've got about a 2-yard gain, it actually turns out to be a 7-yard gain.
Well, for those of you who are out there who are middle-agers such as me, you remember a running back for the Chicago Bears a number of years ago by the name of Walter Payton.
Yeah.
I'm sure while you didn't see him in your lifetime, Jack, that you've probably seen film of him, but they used to call him Sweetness, and part of the reason they called him Sweetness is I think that Freilich and Swidean have just taken a page right out of Walter Payton's playbook. I mean, that man would literally be stopped, run into a brick wall, boom, be stopped, and still bounce off, go around, and still get 5 yards. And that's exactly what these guys have done. They're picking up 2, 3, 4 yards on the initial effort, and then with 2, 3, or 4 tacklers on them, they're adding several more yards onto the thing, and it has put Sweet in a position where his third downs have not been real consistently long. They've been makeable third downs.
Yeah, and I think that helps. I mean, we've said it a couple times this first half, but really the best example was towards the end of the half. You had someone like Freilich in a crowd of both Westfield and HSE players, and all of a sudden you see one guy fall out about 5 yards ahead of the group, and that's Freilich sitting right there for the first down. So that'll be interesting. Like we said in the first half, a passing team like HSE who still gets over 200, 250 yards. Then you've got a team like Westfield from the running standpoint over 250 yards rushing. It'll be interesting to see how this second half goes.
Well, not to take anything away from the Royals, but the Royals were kind of one-dimensional there in the first half. One big 80-yard completion is all the scoring. Now, admittedly, for the Royals, they have been starting deep in their own territory. Normally, inside the 20. On one possession, they started at the 2-yard line, and that's tough. The Shamrocks have won the battle of field position so far tonight. And the Shamrocks have managed to block a punt. The Shamrocks have defensively and offensively, they've been doing everything that they need to do. Now, you talk about coaching and that. Scott May is a master at coaching. He again, we talk about the great teams not only in the conference but in the county. But great teams come because we've got great coaches here.
Oh yeah.
And I've got to say that, I'm sure Scott and his crew have gone back. Defensively, the Royals have played pretty good, limiting the Rocks to 7-10 points. But offensively, they got to get something going here and going quick.
So here comes the second half into the end zone to the 25, and that will bring out Sweet in this offense.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Shamrocks come out in the second half, because in the first quarter, I thought they were playing maybe a little more tentative, but in the second quarter, they just came out and, after that 80-yard touchdown to Carter Lohman, from that point forward, the Shamrocks have pretty well controlled the ball.
Yeah, and this is going to be a big possession here for both teams. See what can happen here with Sweet under center. Swidean in the backfield. 2 on the near side. Sweet looks, hands it off to Swidean. Swidean looks, breaks the tackle, keeps on his feet, keeps trucking. About an 8-yard gain there for Swidean.
another case where he gained 5 on his own, and then after he was, after he was stopped by 3 Royals, he put 3 more on the board.
So 2nd down and 3, ball on the 27-yard line. Sweet in the shotgun. Swidan in the backfield, 2 on the near side. Sweet looks, hands it off to Swidan. Swidan met by a group of White Royals, and he still gets about a yard.
Yeah, he got about a yard on that, so he's going to have like about a 3rd and 1 on that. But again, it took 3 or 4 Royals to finally stop him. There's, I don't think that the Rocks have been stopped on an open field tackle all night.
Yeah,
especially one-on-one.
Right. Oh, absolutely. So here come the Shamrocks. They're going to mark it 3rd and 2. I'll give them 3rd and 1. Ball on the 29-yard line. Sweet under center.
You know where it's going to one of those two.
Yes. Freilich met in the backfield by number 26.
They're putting him back at the original line of scrimmage. So he didn't gain anything. So that'll be 4th and 1. So defensively, a big play for the Royals defense.
Something to take a look at. Swidan is kind of limping off the side.
Yeah, he is coming off a little gingerly there, isn't he? I'll keep an eye on him here while you go through the punt. He's headed back to the bench right now.
Great job by Hamilton Southeastern. Coming right out of the halftime. That's a great job there. Harrison back to punt. Harrison gets it, and it is up high and long. It's going to be a fair catch by number 13, Austin Holzum. And here come the Hamilton Southeastern Royals for their first possession of the second half.
Doesn't look like there's any big-time activity going on over there with Swidan. He's just sitting, he's standing up at the end of the bench now. He came off the field and looked like maybe he was just out of breath.
Well, as much as he's had to do, him and Freilich, I'm sure it may have been out of breath.
He's probably a little tired about now.
Yeah. Mullet hands it off over to Sweeney. And that's going to be about a gain of, looks like maybe 6.
About 5 or 6
5
there,
or 6, yep. They're going to give him 7. So 2nd and 3, ball on the 36-yard line. 9:35 left to play in the third. Mullet in shotgun. 3 on the near side. Sweeney in the backfield. 1 on the far side. Mullet hands it back off to Sweeney. Sweeney met right away by 2 Shamrocks, and that's going to be number 34, Jackson Garrett on the tackle.
Still managed to gain about a 1.5 yards or 2 yards. Got a 3rd and 2 now.
So 3rd and 2, ball on the 37. Mullet under center. Sweeney looks, and it's going to be close.
He's not going to be there.
Oh,
there may be a fumble.
Say it's a fumble.
There has not been a signal there yet.
And I think
they're
going to keep it with HSE.
I think they're saying that the play was dead and the ball was down.
But it's going to be 4th and 2, so they will punt the ball here.
Well, a 3 and out for both teams to start the second half.
So Zuber to punt, Hauser back to receive. And it's a high, not very long, but it always takes that royal bounce.
Looks like it went out of bounds at about the 36 or 37-yard line.
So we will get started here on the 37-yard line for the Shamrocks.
Once again, the Shamrocks start in pretty good field position. So neither team able to convert on their first possession.
Yeah, I think you're going to see them kind of feel each other out and see what's working, what's not working. I think we'll start to see it here halfway through this half. Get some opportunities going here. So Manley on the near side. Sweet under
out ahead now, 27-7 over
27-7. Freilich with the ball, with meeting up with some Royals, and that's a great tackle by number 40 for Hamilton Southeastern, Logan Holland.
Great pursuit on that. He ran about between 15 and 20 yards, and he did not gain a cotton-picking yard.
And that's a heavy task for someone like that going up against Freilich. Like you said, the one-on-one matchups. He did a great job in the open field to make that tackle. So Sweet getting the call. Sweet under center, 2 on the far side. You've got Manley on the far side, 1 on the near side. Swydan in the pistol. Sweet looks, back to throw. Quick pass over to Manley. He's met immediately at the 40. And that's going to be number 17, Trey Poor.
Poor with a nice tackle on that. He let Manley catch that ball, and he just got him for a 3-yard gain. So the Rocks have got a 3rd and 7 from the 40 now.
And this is probably one of their farthest third downs that they've had to go here.
Yeah, they've had a lot easier third downs.
So in the pistol, Sweet looks, gets the play call. Freilich in the backfield, 2 on the near side, Manley on the far side. And they're going to call a delay of game or a timeout here. Timeout, Westfield. Ran out here.
We're going to have to see what kind of effect that has later in the game, because certainly I'm sure that Coach Gilbert did not want to did not want to burn a timeout at this point. And with the field position, Jack, I don't know if I would have burned a timeout, or I would have just said, let it run down, take the 5 yards, and go with that.
Especially the way that things are going right now. On both sides of the 4 and outs.
Another update here over at Fishers. The Tigers still ahead of the Brownsburg Bulldogs, 10-7 now. And as I think I said a couple moments ago, Noblesville over Zionsville, 28-7. So a lot of action going here on Friday night in Hamilton County, in Hoosier Crossroad Conference play and non-conference play, and all of our great high school football games here in Hamilton County.
Nothing better than football on a Friday night.
Well, and I'll tell you, nothing makes it better than coming to a facility like this, like you guys have, like they have here at Westfield, Jack. This is from our standpoint, this is a dream. This is great. Great place to do a game.
Sweet under center, Swydan in the backfield, 3 on the near side. Sweet now backs up, gets into the pistol formation.
Is he going to get it off? Boy, oh boy, he just
barely
got it off. Caught by...
and they're going to say incomplete.
He must have been out of bounds because he did catch that. Manley caught it, but...
He called that at about the .5. Man, that was a close one.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they had just called a timeout. And then all of a sudden, you're pretty close to running the play clock.
Because that play clock, that was extremely close. Will Harrison into punt once again. Opportunity to pin the Royals back in their end.
Good punt here. Looks like it's going to take a Shamrock bounce. Oh, and he's going to catch it. Always, I would imagine as a coach, that always kind of makes you a little nervous.
Oh, yeah. I think that was Austin Holzem.
Yeah, number 13, yeah.
I little surprised he didn't call for a fair catch. Hey, we'd like to say a special thank you to all of our hometown sponsors. Those sponsors include First Saturday Movie Events at Ivy Tech, sponsored by Wofford Theater, Ivy Tech, Community Health, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Smith's Jewelers, Mark Hairbrandt, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Indiana Restoration, and Jack's favorite place to eat, Erica's.
Gotta love Erica's. So Mole at the quarterback, 3 on the near side. Sweeney in the backfield. Hands it off to Sweeney. And a gain of a couple here.
Yeah, we were talking in the pregame about Jackson Sweeney. He's just one of those runners that there's nothing, he's not fancy, and which is fine. But he just picks up the all-purpose yards.
He's a big believer in smarter, not harder.
Yeah, about 4.5, 5 yards on that, and he's going to be very close to another first down here.
And where they marked it looks like it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I believe the side judge on this side has already called the timeout to move the chains. Either that or call for a measurement. And they are going to give him the first down. This quarter is moving along very, very quickly. 5:36 remaining in the third quarter.
I think we've maybe seen one pass play.
Mm-hmm.
So Mullet under center, Sweeney in the backfield. Look for the call on the sideline. He's going to back up out of the shotgun. See something here in this defense. Looks, quick pass over. Incomplete.
That ball was tipped.
Pass intended for Carter Lohman. And we've said his name a lot this evening.
Yes. Yeah, and fortunately for the Royals, that ball didn't get picked off because that was tipped, and there were a couple Shamrocks in the area there, and that ball easily could have been a pick six.
2nd and 10, ball on the 33-yard line. 5:12 left in the third. Mullet keeps it for himself. He looks. He fires over the middle. Almost had it to number 8, Matt Klink. Man, if that would have been intended for Matt Klink, he would have had nothing but green in front of him.
Yeah, Mullet's passing just has not been. It hasn't been quite as sharp tonight as he normally is. Normally, he's putting those balls well within catching range because that one was over Klink's head.
Yeah.
I mean, Klink needed to be the size of a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to catch that one.
So Mullet out of the shotgun again. He looks to throw. Pressure by Westfield. Throws it down the field. Open. Incomplete.
Looks like he was going for Klink again.
And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Royals.
4 series, 4 and outs.
So once again, Hamilton Southeastern to punt. Zuber the punter. Hauser in the back. Here comes the punt. It's a high one. It looks like it may be recovered by Hauser. Hauser still on his feet. And he is met by 2 Royals to about the 35. They're going to mark it, 35-yard line.
About the 35, 36. It looks like he got about 3 or 4 yards on the return. Made himself a nice lane there between the 30 and 35-yard line.
Yeah. So the Westfield Shamrocks take it back out on the field. 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line. Under 5 minutes left in the third.
Royals took a couple chances there in that last possession with passes, but other than that, all 4 of the first possessions in this half have all been very conservative.
Yeah. Manley and Nucifer on the near side. Sweet looks, hands it over to Swidan. Swidan powers forward for a gain of 2 on the play. So 2nd and 8. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Craig Kunkelman got the tackle on that for the Royals.
So Nucifer and Manley on the near side. Sweet under center. Swidan in the backfield. Looks, play action. Fires long down the field. It's going to be overthrown for Nucifer. Both quarterbacks throwing it a little high, getting a little eager.
Yeah, the quarterbacks, the throws just have not been very accurate. But there again, there is a situation too, Jack, where if you are going to make a mistake on a throw, you are much better off to overthrow it than underthrow it and make it liable to be intercepted.
And it looks like we have an injury timeout here.
While we have a timeout, I'd like to remind you that Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel, for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer certainly would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable, positive experience. Contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online smithsonthesquare.com. Let's talk about our buddy Mark Hairbrandt. Jack, what's Mark been up to lately?
Oh, what hasn't Mark been up to? Mark last week actually spoke. He was the speaker at the Northern Hamilton County Chamber of Commerce. Spoke a little bit about the new projects that are going on in Hamilton County, along with, of course, the 37 projects. So Mark Hairbrandt doing a lot in his district and a lot for Hamilton County, all across Hamilton County, north and south and east and west.
Not sure what happened out here in the field, but it appears as that we have a little bit more serious injury, but I can't see who the player is that's down, but he is moving, and the training staff is out there trying to assess just what is happening there in that.
I have number 34, Johnny May.
Is that who that is? I just could not see the number. Well, while they're attending to Mr. May, let's talk about another one of your favorites. Let's talk about Erica's a little bit. Now, earlier, you told me that you guys like the biscuits and gravy. Now, I'm not a big biscuits and gravy guy, so if I go in there tomorrow or Monday for breakfast, what do you recommend? What's good besides biscuits and gravy?
Besides the biscuits and gravy, you've always got to go with it. They got delicious, delicious pancakes. You got your bacon, your hash browns. You name it, when it comes to breakfast, they serve it. And located in Cicero downtown on Jackson Street, and also located here in Westfield on Union and 32 in the Green Building.
Oh, good. Well, visit Erica's, our newest sponsor here at Hamilton County Television. Johnny May walked off under his own power, which is always good to see. Leaves the Rocks with a third down.
So Sweet in the pistol. 4 wide receiver set. Looks back to throw. Looks, quick pass. Little high again for number 14, Clint Hostler.
But again, he did that right because Brock Burns was right there, right behind him. If he'd have thrown that ball just a little bit to the left, Brock Burns would have had an interception and 7 points. So once again, even though Sweet isn't making the connection, he's not putting the ball anywhere where it's really in danger. Unfortunately for the Rocks, they've got to punt again.
It's 4th and 7, and here comes the punt.
Will Harrison will punt it away from the Shamrocks. High and over end punt.
And they're going to let that take a Shamrock bounce, and he's going to grab it. Again, about 5 Shamrocks around him. Always makes me nervous.
Brock, well, if you knew Brock is a big kid. He's a big, strong kid, and I don't think he is at all afraid of the idea of having defenders around him. And in that, he comes from quite a family of athletes. His dad, Tim, is quite an athlete. And the older brother, baseball player, basketball player.
So Mullet in the shotgun, 4 wide receiver set. Sweeney in the backfield. This crowd is getting loud here in Westfield. Sweeney, the ball carrier. Pretty good carry there. Looks like about a gain of 6 or 7 on the play. So here comes 2nd and 3. Ball on the 32-yard line. 3:35 left to play in the third. Sweeney again with the ball. Has a little open space there in front of him.
As long as there's not a penalty flag, that's his best run of the night. Nets him about 16, 17 yards and a first down at their own 47. I'm wondering if maybe the Southeastern offensive coaches saw something in the defensive line of the Shamrocks, or perhaps a little bit of fatigue is setting in on the part of the Shamrocks.
Mullet again, looks play action, looks down the field, doesn't see anything, fires it long, incomplete.
That one was intended for number 87, Nick Munchner. Again, it was thrown high.
And it's interesting, when you have a 4 wide receiver set on a team that throws over 250 yards, that's I think where Sweeney's seeing this opportunity from the running game. So Mola getting the call from the sideline. Again, 4 wide receivers out. Sweeney, the running back, looks, hands it off over to Sweeney again, keeps his feet moving for the first down, or they're going to be close.
Yeah, I think they're going to mark him short. They're going to mark him about a half a yard short. So it's going to be about third and looks like it's going to be about just short of a yard. It looks like he's got to get just about to the 38, and he's right at about the 39 right now.
Mola under center. Brooks on the near side, hands it off to Sweeney again. Sweeney looks, and he is met
Not
immediately.
Nope. Got stopped at the line of scrimmage.
So what do you do here? 4th and 1, 2:20.
I think we got to go for it.
Yeah.
I think if I'm Coach May right now, I say, look, let's go for it, just like he did on the 4th and 1 in the overtime against Fishers the other night.
So here comes 4th and 1. Mola looks for the call on the sideline.
Still got about 10 seconds on the play clock.
Brooks on the far side, Lohman on the near side. Mola looks, hands it off again.
He's going to make it.
And he's going to make it in some more. And that was a run by Trey Poor.
A gutsy call on the part of the Royals coaching staff, but much like what they did in the overtime victory against the Fishers Tigers last week when they had a 4th and 1 inside the 1, and they went for the win instead of the tie.
4 wide receivers set. Poor in the backfield. Mola, the quarterback, looks for the play call on the sideline. So 1st and 10, ball on the 36, 1:30 left in the third. Mola hands it off again to Poor. Poor keeps his feet moving, and he's met by some Shamrocks, not until he gets about a 2-yard gain. Well, this has been a very fast third quarter.
Oh, definitely. A minute and 15 left in this quarter, and it just seems like it started only about 10 minutes ago.
I know. That's crazy.
Very little clock stoppage here.
Well, Mola gets a call from the sideline. Sweeney in the backfield. 4 wide receivers set. Looks, hands it off to Sweeney. Sweeney has an opening, and he's got plenty of room to run. Down to about the 13-yard line.
Now, you see what I mean about Jackson Sweeney on that one, Jack. He didn't have to do a lot of razzle-dazzle. His linemen opened up the holes for him, and they just moved right down there with him, and they opened a path for him to go. He didn't have to zigzag. He just went straight down there and followed his blockers. Great job by Jackson Sweeney, about a 15-yard gain on the play.
Here we go. Mullet hands it off again to Sweeney. Sweeney looks, gets around the corner, met by a Shamrock at about the 9. We'll give him the 10-yard line.
It was either 17 or 20 who ran him out. It was either Schultz or Owen McGraw. I couldn't tell which one it was. They were both close to him, but he still got 3.5 yards on the play.
The ball on the 10-yard line. About 30 seconds left to play in the third. Mullet, the quarterback.
There's a flag. No. I'm sorry, not flag. Somebody tossed a football up right behind the referee across from us, and I thought the line judge was throwing his flag because the Shamrock had come over the line and gotten back.
The 3 on the far side. Mullet looks, throws. Right over the head. Great catch. Right over the head
I think
of
that's
Chris
Matt
Zolto.
Klink who got that. Looks like number 8.
Yeah,
Matt
number 8,
Klink.
Klink.
Just short of the first down by about maybe about a yard or maybe a little less than a yard. Looks like he's got to get between the 8 and 9 yard line, and the ball is right on the 9.
So third down, ball on the 5-yard line, and he's going to run. It's going to be close.
He should have a first down there. They're giving him to the 3.
That's first down, yep.
Yep, they're going to give him first and goal at the 3. Well, both of the Royals scoring plays or scoring drives have been long drives. One with one play in 80 yards. This one, I'm not tracking the number of plays, but they've gone about 70 or 80 yards. Mullet's going to go in.
Mullet with the touchdown. Quarterback keeper with 6 seconds left in the third.
Mullet with 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Great fake by Mullet. He thought, I think everybody in the stadium thought that Jackson Sweeney had that ball. And he just kept it and swept around to his left and made the play and got the touchdown. Now the big extra point, it is good. So with 6 seconds left in the quarter, it's now the Royals 14, Shamrocks 10. Jack, that has got to be, of all the drives we've seen tonight, that's got to be the best drive of the night as far as length, ball control, and everything put together. And, credit a lot of it to Jackson Sweeney, but you've got to give a lot of credit to that front line of the Royals because Sweeney is just, they're opening up some nice holes for him in there.
Yeah, great job by the offensive line, not only to make these holes available, but also give Mullet some time in the backfield to fire the ball out. But that by far was the best drive that we've seen tonight.
And the other thing that's happened here later in this game, the wind does not appear to be a factor in this game at all anymore. The flags are totally straight down. When we started this game, there was a wind coming out of the south at probably, I would guess, about 15, 20 miles an hour, and the kicks going from right to left were just sailing, and left to right, they weren't going quite as far. And this one's is it gonna make it to the end zone? No.
It's not. It looks like Nustifer all the way to about the 30. They're giving the 32-yard line, and that's where the Westfield Shamrocks will start their offense.
And that's the end of the third quarter with the score, Royals 14, Shamrocks 10. Fans, Logan Street Signs and Banners specializes in last-minute signage and banners. They've served Noblesville and Hamilton County since 1992. Contact Logan Street Signs and Banners at 317-773-7200 or visit their website, www.loganstreetsigns.com. Jack, other than one drive that the Royals put together here in the latter part of the third quarter, it's just been a back and forth game all the way through the quarter.
Yeah, it's just really that one drive is what made that third quarter, and so now headed into the fourth quarter, it'll be interesting to see how the Shamrocks can respond to the 14-10 deficit right now. So 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. We've got 3 on the near side. That'll be officials' timeout here.
Finishing up the activities between the third and fourth quarter of the game here.
So here comes the start of the fourth quarter.
Noblesville has scored again at Zionsville. So they look like they're building themselves a comfortable lead. Boy, that was a bad snap.
A little miscommunication there for Sweet, so that'll be second and probably another 4 or 5 yards here.
That ball almost went over his head. And that would have been, I mean, it's bad enough that the Rocks lost about 4 or 5 yards in the play, but that could have been a big disaster.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Sweet can respond to that. Now they've got him under center. Sweet under center. Freilich, the running back. Nustifer on the near side. Manley on the far side, along with Hostler.
Now,
So
if you're the Shamrocks, do you keep doing what you've been doing, or do you start passing a little more now?
I think you've got to keep doing what you're good at. I think eventually you'll see someone like Freilich open up for a big run here.
Just
so
like
Freilich,
that.
Freilich still on his feet, and it looks like we're going to get a holding call.
There's a hold back at about the 32. I saw that from up here.
Yeah.
I don't know how far Freilich would have got if there hadn't been a hold there. He I don't think he would have made it as far as he did, but there was a blatant hold on that one.
So after the holding call, they'll move him back even more. So this is going to be what they call second and very, very long.
Actually, they only lose 6 more yards on the thing because of where the penalty took place, being a spot foul. If it was from the line of scrimmage, they would have really been in trouble. Now it's second and 20.
Second and 20, ball on the 21-yard line. 11:02 left to play in the fourth. Hamilton Southeastern leads 14-10. 5 wide on the wide receivers. Sweet in the shotgun. Looks, back to throw, wide open is Manley. Manley looks, gets out of bounds quickly.
Run out of bounds by Trey Poore.
And it gets about to almost the original line of scrimmage.
I think he got to about the 29, so looks like he gained about 7 or 8 yards in that play. So call it 3rd and 12, maybe a little more than 3rd and 12. We'll call it 3rd and 12, okay?
You're right on it. 3rd and 12, ball on 29.
I cleaned my glasses this morning. Does make a difference.
Yeah, I have this nice open window here. It does help too.
Well, the glare here isn't too bad. So,
Sweet under center. Freilich in the backfield. Looks like they're going to hand off to Freilich. Freilich with plenty of room to run. He keeps moving his feet, and that's a first down and more for the Westfield Shamrocks.
How about it?
Great job by Freilich. Just keeps his feet moving, finds the open spot, and takes off.
I thought he was going all the way on that play at one point, and the Royals did manage to close in on him, and he still got 20 yards on the play.
So here comes the no huddle. Sweet looks over for the call on the sideline. Freilich is their running back. Manley on the near side. You have Nustifer and Hostler on the far side. So Sweet out of the shotgun. Sweet still another high snap. Freilich stays on his feet. He's met by about 3 Royals.
Jack Boyd grabbed him by the uniform and slowed him down by his shirt tail. And if he hadn't done that, he could have been off to the races. The Millers continue to pour it on at Zionsville. They're ahead 38-14 against that high-scoring Zionsville offense.
So 9:40 left to play in the fourth. Sweet looks for the call on the sideline. Nustifer on the far side, Manley on the near side. You have Swidan and Freilich in the backfield. Sweet looks, hands it off to Freilich. He is met immediately by some Royals, but still stays on his feet and is
And
still
he still
moving.
gains another 2 or 3 yards. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and he still gained 3 more yards. If I'm Matt Alfeld, the defensive coordinator, I'm not a happy camper right now. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Freilich. I mean, he's an excellent runner, but there's just been, from that standpoint, they've just added too many extra yards that way.
Wide open is Swidan. Swidan looks to the 30-yard line, all the way down to about the 29.
Longest pass completion of the night so far for the Shamrocks.
And it was to a running back.
But that's exactly what they've got to do, Jack, because they have the history is the running team, and they've got to keep the defense honest by throwing that pass now and then.
So here comes,
even if it goes to somebody coming out of the backfield.
Right. Here comes the no huddle. Swidan and Freilich in the backfield. Nustifer and Manley on the near side. Sweet under center. Looks. Hands it off again to Freilich. Freilich wide open. He can make
score.
it. Touchdown, Rocks.
This game never ceases to amaze me, Jack. We go through the third quarter just trading 3 and out, 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 3 and out. And then the Royals put together a long drive. And what do the Shamrocks do? They come back and they put together a long drive and take the lead again. Just that's why I love football.
So Harrison to kick the extra point. It is up and good. So with 8:11 left to play in the fourth, the Westfield Shamrocks lead over the Royals 17-14.
Fans Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Call them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online, www.noblesvilletrophies.com.
So here we go. We are ready for the kickoff by Harrison. Be interesting to see how the Royals respond. Royals went down, scored a touchdown. Westfield responds. So let's see how the Hamilton Southeastern Royals can respond to that. So we have 2 Royals back to receive. And here comes the kick, and it may easily get the back of the end zone.
Going to make the end zone.
So here come the Royals. Last time down, a couple great passes and great job by Sweeney bringing it down to the end zone. So we'll see what they can do here. Mullet in the shotgun. Sweeney the running back. 4 wide. Gets the call from the sideline. Four-3 formation for the Shamrocks. Mullet looks, hands it over to Sweeney. Sweeney is met in the backfield by 1, 2, 3, what we would call a plethora of Shamrocks.
I thought there was some movement there before the snap of the ball. But the result is, it would either have been a 5-yard penalty or it's a 3-yard loss and loss of a down.
So Mullet, the quarterback, Sweeney in the backfield, 3 on the far side. Looks, pump fakes, tries to take it himself. Looks, keeps rolling on his feet. Still on his feet all the way to about the 25-yard line. So that's going to bring 3rd down here with 7:25 left in the fourth.
With 7:20 left in this game, Jack, this is a huge play for the Royals.
3rd and 5. 2 on the far side. Lohman on the near side. Sweeney is the running back. Mullet looks, backs the throws. Incomplete, intended for number 8, Matt Klink.
Even if he makes that play, the defender is right on him. I don't know if he would have made a first down or not, but it would have been close. But once again, Mullet has not been real accurate with his throws tonight.
And that's going to be very, very important as we get closer and closer to this fourth quarter. Zuber is the punter. Hauser is the receiving. 6:57 left. That's a line drive to Hauser. Hauser looks. He's going to keep going to the 40, about to the 42-yard line.
Got about a nice 10-yard return on that. And what actually set that return up, Jack, is that was more of a line drive kick. And the Royal defenders just did not have time to get downfield to protect against that return. So a nice 10-yard return there by the Shamrocks sets them up at 1st and 10 at their own 44, it looks like.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 44-yard line. 6:48 left to play in the fourth. Rocks lead 17-14.
If I'm Jake Gilbert right now, I don't take a chance on any play. I would be running this right up the gut as he's doing.
Right over to Freilich. Freilich again moving the ball down the field. About a gain of 5 on the play.
I mean, right now, a score would be nice for the Shamrocks, but the more important thing for the Shamrocks is to keep control of this ball and take as much time off of this 6 minute and 25 seconds that's left in the game. And they're going to use up as much of that 25 or 40 second clock, whichever it happens to be, depending on the type of play, as they can.
So Sweet hands it, drops it, fumbles the ball, but Freilich is able to get on top of it.
I couldn't tell if he just bobbled that or if it was a bad exchange or
it
whatever.
Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication maybe even. So you've got Nucifer and Manley on the near side. Getting the call from the sideline.
I just don't think that Jake Gilbert is going to risk putting a pass up in this position. I think he would rather risk a 4th down kick rather than a pass and a possible interception.
Especially when you have running backs like he does.
Yes.
So Manley in motion, goes over. Freilich finds a hole, dives.
He's going to be short by a couple yards. Actually only short by about a yard.
So about a 6 yard, looks like about almost a 6 yard run there. So 4th and 1.
Just
a long one.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in this game. I think they're going to bring the punt there. They are bringing the punter in.
So Will Harrison, the punter. Hamilton Southeastern back deep.
It's Brock Burns back deep for them.
Harrison, the high, punt is away. What a bounce.
My. That went out of bounds at the 1 inch line. That hit the pylon on the way out of bounds.
What a great punt by Harrison.
Wow. Talk about pinning him back.
That is definitely what you would call pinning them back.
Harrison has had a couple great punts tonight. Averages about 40 yards a punt. Got about 50 there.
So Mollett standing in the end zone. Sweeney in the backfield. Looks back to throw. Quick pass. Complete.
They're calling it complete at the 8, it looks like.
And it was, looks like Nick Muchner, number 87.
I was wondering if he wasn't bobbling that on the way out of bounds, but apparently not. The side judge was right there watching him.
So no huddle here. Mollett in the shotgun, hands it off to Sweeney. Sweeney with some room to run. That's going to be a 1st down for the Royals. 4:23 left in the 4th. 1st and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. Mollett in shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Hands off again to Sweeney. Sweeney looks, is met, but still a gain of about 3 on the play.
Another score update here. We'll let this play go by and give it to you.
Mollett out of the shotgun, looks far, incomplete.
Great job of defense there by number 28 of the Shamrocks. That was Dorian Henson who knocked that ball down.
If he didn't knock that ball down, we were about to see another 80-yard touchdown run.
Wow. Well, the Brownsburg Bulldogs look like they're going to try to pull one out at Fishers. They're ahead of the Tigers now, 14-10 in the 4th quarter. Could still be 2 undefeated teams this week, Jack.
Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 7. Hand off to Sweeney. Sweeney keeps the ball running. He's got the 1st down.
But now we're also starting to get to the point where the clock is, even though the Royals have got 3 timeouts left, with 3:41, they've got to chew up some yardage here, and not necessarily chew it up real quick, but they probably ideally would like to use about 3 minutes off of here, score a touchdown, and leave the Shamrocks with little, if any, time to score.
4 wide. Mullet, the quarterback, looks, fires long down the field. Incomplete. Led him a little long. That's number 7, Max Brooks, the wide receiver.
Well, you've got to say one thing about Mullet tonight, Jack. He has been consistently long.
Yes.
Just overthrowing those receivers just by, either one of two things. Either the receivers are one step behind, or he's just one step.
Going for the quick pass to number 87 on the play, Nick Munchner, and it's broken up there by the Shamrocks, and that's going to bring 3rd and 10. 3:13 left to play, 3rd and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. The crowd is getting loud here at Riverview Stadium.
Unless there's a turnover here, the Royals have got 2 plays to make that first down.
Long pass down the sideline, intercepted by number 17, Lucas Schultz at the 30, keeps running to about the 20, to inside the 15-yard line for the Shamrocks.
What a return. It was a blatant block in the back missed on that return, but is there a flag out there?
I don't see a flag.
Yes, there is.
Is that a flag right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a block in the back somewhere right on the 30-yard line, and I did not see a flag at the. Oh, it's back here. The Westfield coaching staff out talking to the official on the field, trying to get an explanation. I did not see the signal from the referee. But instead of being at about the 15-yard line, they're at about the 29-yard line. But at this point, with 2 minutes and 57 seconds left, that may be irrelevant, Jack?
Yeah, great job by the Shamrocks there. Number 17 for the Shamrocks, Lucas Schultz, on the interception. And we'll see what the Shamrocks can do here. 17 left on the play clock.
Well, the Royals can stop it 3 times, so essentially with 3 running plays, they could still get the ball back with a couple minutes left. And the Shamrocks would like to at least get it close enough to get it into field goal territory.
So Freilich keeps his feet moving, and it's going to be a gain of 3 on the play. Timeout Royals.
Yeah, with that 40-second clock this year, you got to conserve those timeouts because, by the time you take 40 seconds off of here, you're at 2 minutes almost.
Yeah, good choice there. So after this timeout, 2 minutes, 48 seconds left in the game, 1st and 10. Ball on second. It'll be second down on the 20, looks like about the 26-yard line.
Say, Jack, don't forget, coming up tomorrow, got cross country tomorrow morning. That
already makes me sound tired.
And next week, where are we at next week? I can't remember now. Noblesville for Noblesville and Hamilton Heights, a little another county rivalry. A lot of fun things coming up. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back at Noblesville. These Hamilton Southeastern Royals will be taking on the Noblesville Millers. And so a lot of football. It hardly seems like there's 4 more weeks left in the season.
That's crazy.
It's just amazing.
So here we go, 2nd and 7. Ball on the 26-yard line. Sweet hands it off to Freilich. Freilich is met in the backfield by 3 or 4 Royals.
I'm assuming, they're calling another timeout. One of the few losses Freilich has had tonight. He lost, did he lose any?
Well,
maybe
he probably
one at the
started off
most.
losing 2 and then probably gained nothing.
Yeah. They're putting it at the 27-yard line, which gives them a third, about 7 or 8. But even if they don't make a first down here, they're probably within field goal range. And that, obviously has an effect on how this game could come out. But the Royals down to 1 timeout remaining.
So 2:39 left to play in the fourth. It's going to be 3rd and 7, ball on the 26-yard line.
Jack, this game has come out just exactly as we talked about in the pregame. The team that made the fewest mistakes is going to win this game.
Absolutely.
And at this point, the Shamrocks have made the fewer mistakes. The Royals have made the mistakes with turnovers, with interceptions, and I can't recall the Shamrocks having a turnover at all tonight.
So far I don't believe so. I don't think we have any turnovers here for the Shamrocks. So here we go. Swidan and Freilich in the backfield. Hand it off again to Freilich. Freilich is met. He is still on his feet, keeps moving.
Another timeout.
Gain of 1, and that's going to be a timeout for the
last
Royals.
Timeout for the Royals. We'll leave them a 4th, a little bit over 6. Field goal wise, if they go for a field goal, it's going to leave them with about a 43, 44, maybe 45-yard field goal. I would assume from the 26 that they will probably spot it at about the 33 or 34.
One of the things that that you mentioned the first half that's slowly starting to pick up is actually this wind here.
Yeah, it's coming back again, and it's coming from the south to the north. Are they going to go? No, it looks like the field goal. It looks like Harrison is coming out to attempt a field goal. Yeah, Will Harrison is coming out to attempt a field goal. Looks like it's going to be about a 44-yard attempt coming from about the 34-yard line.
So here comes the field goal by Harrison. This is a big field goal here. 2:34 left in the fourth.
The wind isn't quite as strong as it was earlier, but he does have a slight wind at his back.
Harrison sets it up. The field goal is up.
Got the range.
And it's right through the middle. So with 2:30 left to play in the fourth, the Westfield Shamrocks lead 20-14.
Say fans, no job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you're a homeowner or a large business experiencing a water, fire, or storm, or a homeowner that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. Contact them at 317-776-9942 or visit them online at indianarestoration.com. Noblesville still ahead of Zionsville. But that one's getting toward the end of the game. Last we had Brownsburg as ahead of Fishers, 14-10. Avon over Whiteland, and here's the kickoff.
So it's going to be touchback here.
Well, can Carter Lohman pull off another 80-yard pass reception, Jack?
Well, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, anything is possible here.
Yeah, that's the Royals need a miracle here. And the Shamrocks have played with the exception of that one play, their defense has done a pretty doggone, one big play and one big drive.
Yeah.
Other than that, their defense has just been very, very good tonight.
So here comes Mullet. Mullet, quick pass, met immediately by the Shamrocks.
He's going to lose on that.
Lost about a yard on the play. And that clock continues to move here.
He cannot stop the clock unless he gets the ball out of bounds.
So Mullet in the shotgun. 3 on the near side. Looks, quick throw. Complete. Tipped it a little bit, but complete to Carter Lohman. And the chain moves here.
The clock is going to stop here momentarily with 2:03 left until they get everything set. And the clock is running again.
Under 2 to play.
34.
Mullet looks, fires over to the far side, complete. He stays in bounds though, so complete to Matt Klink.
The 39 now.
Yeah, he landed right on his back. And
there's an official's timeout on the field.
it's an injury timeout here.
Injury timeout or an equipment timeout?
I think he landed on his back. He had no control over it when he fell, so I think it's his back that
Okay.
there for Matt Klink.
Now they're winding the clock again at 1:42.
So 1:40 left to play in the game. Here we go. Mullet back to throw. Looks, fires, throws. Wide open is number 10, Carter Lohman again on the far side.
And he's almost to the 40.
So they continue to move the chains here. 1st and 10. Mullet in the shotgun. Lohman now switch sides. He's on the near side. Looks for Lohman, doesn't see it. Starts to run over to Lohman again, incomplete. That was close for Mullet. He had somebody following him.
Just a little bit low, but had that ball been a little higher, Lohman would have had the catch. You could almost call it 2nd and 42.
Yes. So 2nd and 10, ball on the 42. 1:17 left to play. Royals, Mullet looks out of the shotgun. Quick throw, complete, and keeps moving. Number 87.
Gets out of bounds.
Stayed
out
inbounds.
Of bounds at the 25.
He stayed inbound. Did he keep him out or stay him in?
I don't know if
they're going to count him out. You're right.
Well, they're going to they stop it for the first down, but I thought he went out of bounds. We'll have to see if they wind the clock.
So 1:08 left. Clock is stopped here.
Yeah, they just wound the
Mullet hands off to Sweeney. Sweeney met right away
at the 20.
And now under a minute left to play. All right, here we go. 1st and 10.
45-17.
Excuse me, 2nd and 6.
At Zionsville now.
45 seconds left. Mullet looks. Throw.
Oh, my. In and out of his hands. I think that is number 87, Nick Munchner, who missed that. Yeah, it was Munchner.
42 seconds left. 2014. It's getting loud in here. 3rd and 6. Mullet looks. He's met right away. He starts to scramble. He looks again. He fires in the end zone. He's wide open.
Got it!
Touchdown, Royals.
And there's a flag. My, oh, my. Let's see what the flag is here. My, oh, my. I still have not seen a signal from the referee as far as what the penalty was. You've got to believe it's got to be either pass interference. It's got to be pass interference on the offense or the defense, one of the two. Where it was. Oh, a hit to the head. That's what it was. Helmet to helmet contact. So that will be marched off on the kickoff.
34 seconds left.
Wow. Big extra point here. You know, one of the first guys I ever met in broadcasting when I came to Fort Wayne years ago was Bob Chase, who does the Fort Wayne Comets. Bob's world-famous saying was, "We got a barn burner tonight." And, boy, we sure do.
Yes, we do. 34 seconds. The extra point This is a big one, and it's up, and it's right
good.
through the
Good.
middle.
Wow. Oh, my. Jack, what a change of events.
Big change of events, 34 seconds.
This is almost unbelievable. Both of these teams have put a tremendous effort into this game. 45-17, the Noblesville Millers are taking it to the Zionsville Eagles. Haven't seen anything lately on Brownsburg and Fishers. Last we had on them, it was 14-10 Brownsburg. I don't know if we've got anything on that one or not. But okay, here's an interesting situation, Jack. You are the Royals. You're going to kick off from the Shamrocks' 45-yard line because of the 15-yard helmet-to-helmet contact. What do you do here? Do you pooch kick this? Do you kick it all the way through the end zone? I mean, certainly there'd be enough leg to get it through the end zone.
I would imagine you'd probably want to go right through the end zone. Make them go the full, as far as they can to get
the full 80 yards.
The full 80 yards here.
Now the Rocks have got 2 timeouts remaining. So, as Yogi Berra used to say, it ain't over till it's over.
That is so true.
I'm just coming up with all these sayings.
I know, I love it.
I'm just so excited with this game.
95 yards.
It is final at Fishers. The Brownsburg Bulldogs remain undefeated, defeating the Fishers Tigers 14-10.
And that one.
Was that going to make a field goal? Oh!
Almost.
Just hit the upright. Is there no penalty flags. So here's the situation. 34 seconds remaining. Shamrocks, 1st and 10 from their own 20. They've got 80 yards to go. They've got 34 seconds to do it. They've just got to score. If they can even get into field goal range, Jack, essentially they need to get to about the 30-yard line. So they really have to go about 50 yards.
Sweet, low snap, looks, fires, incomplete.
Nobody in the backfield that time.
Yeah, I imagine you won't see anybody left in the backfield now with 30 seconds left. So Sweet, 5 wide here for the Shamrocks. Looks, fires, incomplete pass again.
That one was intended for number 10, Gonzalez. First time I've seen him on the field tonight.
So 26 seconds left, 3rd and 10.
See, I think this is where maybe the Royals have got a little advantage on this because the Shamrocks are not a proficient passing team.
That is correct. Sweet. Keeps running. He has the first down. He calls the
But the clock is still running. Now they call the timeout with 19 remaining. They do get the first down. I'm surprised they're in a hurry-up offense here. I would have thought that did he get the first down? Yeah, he got the first down, so the clock will stop with 8 left.
Interesting play call there, not to call the timeout.
Now, will they use a timeout? Yes, they are using their final timeout.
There's a flag.
And there's a flag. Yeah, flag on the play.
It's on.
Is that going to be on Hamilton Southeastern? I cannot see the. Take a look at the monitor here. We can see the referee better on the monitor than we can. If that's a 15-yard penalty after that play, that is huge.
Yeah, especially with one timeout left.
They're still discussing it. I have no idea what happened out there. I didn't see anything myself, or maybe it.
Well, I imagine after a play call, the only thing that they would call is maybe if there was a confrontation, so unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike or.
Yep.
Okay,
15-yard penalty.
That'll
here.
be 15. So that's going to put the ball at about the 44-yard line of the Royals. 8 seconds left. Is it too much, too little, too late, Jack?
I think it just depends on this one play that they run. If they can throw this ball and they can get a first down, I think you have a shot with someone like Harrison.
And they do have a timeout left.
Sweet looks. Keeps it himself. He's going to keep running. He's going to keep running to about the 30-yard line.
The clock ran out. The game is over. The game is over. The clock ran out. I was watching the clock and the play, and I, from my vantage point, it looked like the clock ran out. The referee's discussing it at length again. I think what Westfield is saying is they're saying, hey, it was stopped before the clock, the play was over before the clock ran out, and we want a timeout.
Well, this is huge here because I think you can probably have Harrison kick this ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So even if they give him 1 second left,
it's done. The Royals have pulled the upset, Jack. What? I don't know what to say about this game, Jack.
Holy cow.
This has been
crazy.
This has just been, if we, this is one of these games that regardless of whether you're a Westfield fan or regardless of whether you're a Royals fan, you almost hate to see this end.
Yeah.
I mean, these teams played. They both played their hearts out. They both made some good plays. Admittedly, the Shamrocks probably controlled the game better than the Royals did. They made, the Royals made some mistakes. The Shamrocks did take advantage of a couple of those, but in the end, it turned out that the Royals were able to make that 80-yard drive with just a minute. We'll be back in just a minute to wrap up. We'd like to give special thanks to all of our hometown television sponsors. Those include Hairbrand, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and Indiana Restoration. Jack, what's the play of the game?
I think maybe not a play of the game, but a drive of the game. If you're Hamilton Southeastern, you're down in this game. You've got, almost 2 minutes, 2:20 left to play. Great job by the coaching staff at HSE to say, listen, we're not out of this. This is only a one-possession game for us, and great job by the whole staff at HSE. But more importantly, it's fun. It's fun to call these games when they're close.
It is. It is. And like I said before, this is one of these games that you sit there and say, unfortunately in sports, there's got to be a winner and there's got to be a loser at the end. And both of these teams played very, very, very hard.
Yeah.
And you just hate to see. You hate to see any of them, walk away with a loss. But as far as an exciting game, you couldn't ask for a more exciting game. I mean, it was nip and tuck, up and down the field, just a fantastic game in that. Just to remind you, join us tomorrow morning on Saturday morning for cross country. Next Friday night, another session of. Let's see who we got.
Noblesville and Hamilton Heights.
Noblesville and Hamilton Heights next week, Friday night. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be back at Noblesville with these Hamilton Southeastern Royals taking on, should we call them the red hot Noblesville Millers? They were 1-3 going into the game tonight, and they beat the 3-1 Zionsville Eagles convincingly 38-14 tonight. What a great victory Noblesville. Closing comments, Jack.
This was great. I love being able to sit here, call games that are like that, and tons of fun. It was fun calling with you this evening.
One correction, the Noblesville game, while they are way, way out in front, it is not over yet, but you could almost say it's just about all over but the shouting. On behalf of Jack Russell and our fantastic Hamilton County television crew, Jim Wofford, the Wofford boys, and just everybody who makes these broadcasts possible, we appreciate all the great camera work and the great efforts behind the scenes. Wishing you a very pleasant good night.